Hey guys, well, everything's back to normal, at least for 2023. We got the NASDAQ outperforming, that's up 1.3%, just about outperforming the Dow by about 90 basis points. S&P 500 somewhere in the middle, around 0.7%. Let's take a longer term look at the market here. I'm writing about this in the morning brief. Here's the S&P 500 over the last 3 months. We are now knocking on the door of those highs from a couple months ago, late 2022. You take a look at the NASDAQ, very similar situation. Dow, much higher in its own regime relative to its all-time highs, but not quite there knocking on those 2022 highs just yet. But I've been looking at the Philly Semiconductor Index, and this is on a long-term basis. Let me just put a 2-year chart here. We have broken out of a couple of different trend lines here. You can draw these a couple different ways. Suffice to say, markets are trying to break to the upside, and in as much as tech is leading, we should expect that to continue. But the Dow relative to the NASDAQ, that ratio has gotten really stretched to the downside. I've been talking about 2022 as the year that the Dow really outperformed massively the NASDAQ. Well, that's kind of mean reverted a bit. So if we do go higher from here, I'm expecting it to be very quick, but also very fast and furious. So we'll have to see if any of that plays out. The alternate scenario, by the way, is we simply roll over at current levels. And these breakouts that I've been looking at probably just constituting very short-term false breaks to the upside. So those are the two scenarios from here. Consumer discretionary, the best sector of the day and the week, energy, tech, communication services, all of those outperforming. So we have the mega cap sectors plus energy doing very well. Let's take a look at the downside. Utility, staples, materials, healthcare. For the most part, only defensive and one material sector actually was in the red. Let me just show you the 4-day price action here, just to reiterate that the mega caps really in favor this year, plus financials, all of those sectors outperforming. By the way, one quick thing here, just got to show you this. The number one stock of the week is Tesla, and you take a look at the number 2, Rivian, Lucid, EV, really flying this week.